Objectivity in data collection. Organizations often want to collect data to learn about what their programs are doing and whether programs are achieving their objectives. In order to get an accurate picture of their program's accomplishments, organizations must make careful decisions about how they collect data. Meet Sam. Sam is the data coordinator for a sexual risk avoidance education program delivered in local high schools. Sam wants to find out what youth have learned this semester and if they are satisfied with how the program went. Asking youth to complete a short survey at the beginning and end of the semester is a great way to get this information. But Sam knows there are a lot of choices to make when conducting a survey. Some choices could unintentionally cause Sam to over or underestimate what she is trying to measure. This over or underestimate of the true value is known as survey error. If survey estimates do not accurately represent the true value, the results may not reflect the experience of everyone who received the program. To reduce the chances of error in the results, Sam considers several factors in preparation for the surveys. First, Sam thinks about what format to use to administer the surveys. Sam wants to select a format that is equally accessible to all her students. If she selects a format that is less accessible to one group of students than another, that group might be less likely to complete the surveys than the other students. The group that is less likely to complete the surveys could then be underrepresented in her survey sample. This is commonly known as non-response error, when data are not representative of all respondents because some respondents did not answer some or all survey questions. Because Sam's program is delivered in person and virtually to accommodate the students, Sam decides to create online surveys that could be administered virtually to individual students on their own time or in person to groups of students in a classroom. Second, Sam thinks about who should administer the surveys. Whether administered virtually or in person, Sam wants to avoid having the facilitators collect data for their own class because they could unintentionally influence how their students respond. For example, facilitators might unintentionally frame the survey as an evaluation of their performance, which might encourage youth to rate the program highly, even if that is not really how they felt about it. This is known as Observer-expectancy effect, when the observer subconsciously influences the respondent and could cause Sam to overestimate the program outcomes. An ideal option would be to have someone totally independent from the program administer the surveys, such as an outside evaluation team. However, Sam's program does not have the budget to make additional hires. Sam's best option is to have program staff who did not facilitate the class administer the surveys. For example, facilitators who work in one school district can administer the surveys for classes in a neighboring district. For virtual surveys, Sam could send youth the surveys through a web platform or generic email address without involving any particular facilitators. Next, Sam thinks about how to collect the data in a way that makes youth feel safe to answer the questions honestly. Sam is asking some sensitive questions in the surveys, like whether youth have previously engaged in sexual activity. Youth may be afraid of disapproval if they report past sexual activity and be more likely to say they have not engaged in sex, even if this is not true. This is commonly referred to as social desirability bias, when respondents answer in a way that they think is preferred. To avoid this type of bias, Sam writes the survey instructions in a way that makes it clear that youth can skip particular questions if they are not comfortable answering them, or opt to not complete the surveys. Data collectors are instructed to answer any questions youth have about the survey content in ways that don't influence the results. For example, they may tell youth to skip questions the youth aren't sure about. For virtual surveys, in addition to allowing youth to skip questions, Sam also sets up a way for youth to opt out of the survey entirely. A final way to reduce survey error is to make sure everyone who is collecting data does so in the same way, no matter whether the survey is administered virtually or in person. Sam provides a training to all staff who will collect data that covers providing survey instructions to students, answering student questions about the surveys, and handling and storing completed surveys in order to ensure privacy and not lose any data. To collect data objectively about your program and avoid survey errors, you can think about the same things as Sam. 1. What format will I use to collect my survey? 2. Who will administer my survey? 3. How will I collect the survey to ensure youth respond honestly? And 4. How will I ensure surveys are collected in a standardized way? For more information on objectivity in data collection, please see the accompanying tip sheet, visit our website at sraene.com, or contact the SRENE team at sraeta@mathematica-mpr.com.